Day 15. It's your boy Ob Z here. Do it to life before life do it to you. A year of breast cancer awareness slash cancer awareness in every area of our lives. We're going to do it to 2021. Guess what? Hope you guys still hanging out with me. It's day 15. Yes, we put in 15 days in this thing. We just getting started. What we doing, we just getting a little bit of momentum built up. This whole thing started, I was reading my Bible, got to Matthew 7, and it just stood out. Say, ask, and it is given. Seeking, you shall find. Knock, and the door will be open. After I read, I say, that's real good. Because he say, the one who does these things, I'll show you what he is like. You have to do the things that he said to the area of your life that needs those things done to. That you won't change, that you won't strength. He was using this building a house. He said that's a foundation. That you gotta be in the habit of asking and seeking and knocking in every area of your life. That's why I came over. And then I said, boom, hey man, this is an acronym. Ask is an acronym for what he just said. So that's why I kind of went off on it. So that's where all that came from. So today is asking questions, using our words, using our mouths. We're gonna become more aware. I said breast cancer awareness. That's what I got this on for. But we also gonna raise some money later on for that. But also cancer awareness, all forms of cancer. My dad, he died from prostate cancer. I told you that once before. But all forms of cancer, mentally, physically, relationship cancers, financial cancers, we all of it. We're gonna address all that with this simple method. It should be, it's universal. It's supposed to be universal. So what I'm doing is I'm testing it out. I suggest you guys test that out as well too to see if it applies to an area of life that you have challenged. The first word in that is the first letter in that is ask. We have to get back into the habit of asking questions. And then today is ask. So the questions that you want to be asking is when, what, where, how, who. I think that's it. And maybe another one in there. You can't, but those are the basic questions right there. We don't ask why questions, just those questions there. And we use a positive role model for that. What the positive role model is that I used to be in a speaking club called a Toastmaster. To all my fellow Toastmasters out there, hooray! We had a great club, and our club was experiencing tremendous growth. And the way we experience that growth is because we use the positive role model, which was taught to me by Lynn Corcoran. And what that's in non-juggler situations. I mean, it's not life and death. It's not a life and death situation. Then this does apply. You know, I know you could take it to the streams, military and stuff like that, but in our everyday lives, this apply. I mean, you take a positive role model, somebody that's doing what you're doing, somebody that has all the attributes, a person, place, a thing, has all the attributes that you want, and you model that. Then when it comes time for us to give a speech, we only talked about what the person did right in their speech and let them judge themselves on what they did wrong, because we got all 10 of them up there, and if we say, hey, you did number one right, number two right, number three right, we applaud you on that. You knocked those out of the park, great job, and leave it at that. The other seven, they say, okay, yeah, I know I didn't do the other seven, so I let you. So now it's no public ridicule, and therefore your ego didn't get involved into the fact that you didn't want to get up in front of somebody because you was going to look stupid. Your ego was going to look stupid. And I'm going to say that a whole lot too, because that's your brain right there. It does not want to look stupid. That's why a lot of people don't do public speaking. That's why a lot of people don't shoot these videos, right? It took me a while. Hey, I'm the same, right? I got an ego too. And just shooting these videos, and I've taken some. I'm gonna post some of those videos too. It's just my feet. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to inch along, as you can tell, and I'm just just laying it out how I'm applying it, do it to life, to my life. So I asked the questions last night. Okay, this week is coming up. This is a fresh week, right? at my job. What can I do since I didn't make all my exits? I didn't say what I was going to do last week. I didn't make all my exits on the board. What can I do to ensure that I can get all exits for the whole week? I took this take a bite-sized chunk. I took a smaller chunk. I'm gonna take a smaller chunk. I ain't done it yet. When I get to work, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a smaller chunk because here's what I want to do at work, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have to make phone calls to clients, to potential leads and customers. And in order to grow my business, I have to make these certain phone calls in order to get business from them. But I haven't been doing it at a level that I know I need to do in order to make the money that I want to make, right? So, this is what I'm going to do. I haven't been calling X amount of people consistently. I want to get my number up. But to do it all at once, sometimes you come in and say, man, I'm going to call 20 people today. You call 20. Next day, man, you burnt out. You call one. Next day, you go back to none. Just like with New Year's resolutions. Because it's a habit that's got to be built, right? So this week, what I'm going to do, I had it down all the way down. I'm just going to call one person off this list. And keep in mind, I'm doing some other stuff as well, too. Let me click that right there. I'm doing some other stuff as well, too. But now, this week, so I can get my eggs, all I got to do is look at the list. And just read over the list. I'm just going to read over the list. And if I make a phone call, that's gravy. But all I got to do to get my X this week is to read over the list. Because like I said on the one thing, if you ain't got the book yet and gone through the book, if you can't look at the list every day, how do you expect to call the names off of it every day? How do you expect to call 5 names off it every day? So all I got to do today is read the list. And Tuesday, all I got to do is read the list. Very simple. We call this, and then guess what? If I can't do that for the entire week, we coined the phrase last week, we're going to pull a Jericho on them. There was a story out of the Bible where they just walked around the wall of Jericho. They ain't try to break it down. They ain't try to kick it in. They did that for a week. They just walked around the wall. So I may have to just print. If I can't do it this week, I'm going to have to take the list out and just walk around the list. Just walk around it for 7 days. But I'm pretty sure I'll be able to read. I won't have to break it down to Jericho. But there's some people out there, some of y'all out there that's got some challenges where you can't even pick it up. You can't even get through the door. So you're going to have to just walk around it. It's a girl I was telling, she wanted to exercise. She got a treadmill. Yeah, I got a treadmill. Hey, when you get home, won't you just start walking on it before you do it? No, I can't walk on it in these shoes. Then I need the clothes on, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, when you walk, can you at least touch it? Just put your finger on it. Boop, touch it. Because if you can't touch it for a week, then you sure can't exercise consistently. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the areas that I'm working in. I'm going to shoot what I call day 15.2 when I get in my car. It's a little challenge. I supposed to shot this yesterday, but their brain got in the way, had other stuff it wanted to do. And I had to sit back. I could sit back and I could see those thoughts going through. I could see what was happening. And I knew where they were coming from because I felt kind of lethargic yesterday because I was up against another challenge in another area of my life, as far as shooting these videos and stuff like that. I had to come up with some ads, and that's something that I was dreading to do because I knew it was going to take a lot of time. But I dived into it, got things done, realized how can I get back, ask that question, how can I get back into this is something I really want to do. And then here's the deal, answer comes up, you may not like the answer. This is what I found out last night. I was talking to my daughter because she was asking me, she was trying to help her husband. He's still trying to gain weight, right? Still trying to get his muscles on and stuff like that. I mentioned it to a previous segment where I told him to find that positive role model. Now she's in on the mix. She's trying to get everything together. And I said, here's the deal. I know you're going through it. Dad, I don't want no philosophical. I said, it's not philosophical. I told you, find somebody that's doing what he's doing and do what they do. That's simple. Well, what if he's doing that? I said, he's standing right here. He know he's not doing that. He's not doing it. I know a lot of times We'll come to the aid of somebody and we fail. And I told her, are you doing the ask method? Did you ask the question? Did you ask him, is he doing it? Have you looked at the video that he's talking about to see what he's supposed to be doing, to see if he is doing it? And then on top of that, if you still don't have, ask Google. See, because the deal is, I say he's scared of something. He's scared of the work that is going to be involved to go to that next level. A lot of people want to go to that next level, but they scared of the work. They scared of the work. So sometimes they don't even ask the question. What can I do? Who do I need to talk to? Where can I get the answers? You got and the way we're gonna get past that, you got to tune in on Thursdays where we'll walk out. But go ahead and get the Thursdays is if 4 agreements. Day 4 agreements. Hopefully you got that book. Guess what? I know I still hadn't put that in my YouTube notes. That's the thing I was working on. But I just remember it. It's the Bible, then it's the one thing, and then it's the 4 agreements. Those are the 3 books I'm gonna be talking out of. Then all other kind of little wisdom and stuff as well too. But we're gonna ask the Lord, ask the Holy Spirit, ask your friends, ask the question. Then if they don't know it, what's right there in your hand? See, I saw with the closest thing. The closest thing will be the Lord, cause He's always with you. Next thing is gonna be your phone, cause it's the next thing that's always with you, right? You gonna ask Google. I said, why don't you ask Google? She didn't want to do it. I said, why you don't want to ask Google? I ask him if I want to. I said, why don't you ask him? Because she didn't want to know the answer. See what I'm saying? That ego is sneaky. You don't want to know the answer. See, she's very smart. We're all so smart that we don't want to know the answer because that would mean that we were wrong. And we gotta watch our ego. Hey, yeah, I want to ask my dad for the answer. You ever had somebody come in and say, "Hey, man, anybody know where the nearest McDonald's is?" I said, "Man, you got your phone? Why don't you ask your phone?" Does anybody, they don't want to ask their phone. I don't know why. I just don't know why. You know, I do is, hey, me too. I still don't know why we it's so close, and that's the part I'm working on too. Cause sometimes I say, you know what, Carlton, man, when last time you asked the phone something, you asked it on something else. Why don't you ask it on that? I said, yeah. Let's go ahead and do it. If I'm asking everybody else to do it, go ahead and do it. Cause a lot of times it's easy to see the plank, the speck in somebody else's eye when you got a plank in your own eye. That's in chapter 7 too. Matthew chapter 7. You gotta read that. You gotta read that. And we're gonna go back through it. We're gonna go through it line by line one of these days. But today, ask yourself those questions. What you gonna so you can change what you did from last week to this week in those jugular areas. And then tomorrow, we're gonna go in to the one thing. But today, guess what? Today is Monday. One Thing podcast. I'm gonna be listening to that on the way to work, and then I'm gonna shoot that video. Man, I may shoot that video and put the One Thing pod. Well, we'll listen to it either way. But anyway, do it to life before life do it to you. Do it to 2021. A whole year of breast cancer/cancer awareness, and we're gonna do the things that we know to do to our life. We're gonna do it, which is that instruction, that guidance to that part of our lives, and we're gonna inch through it like a little inchworm. We're gonna inch right on through it.